If you want to be able to change something about yourself or to align yourself with this divine mission in which you say, yes, I have been doomed to do all of these things, but there are choices that I can make. The moment you are born, a ladder is placed before you to help you to escape from this world. So here's this ladder, this metaphorical ladder that is placed before us, and there are rungs on this ladder until you reach the top. The top of this ladder, I call it divine love, that we shall not cease from exploration. But at the end of all of our exploring will be to return to the place from which we originated and to know it for the first time. I do not think that we have to leave our bodies in order to understand this divine intelligence from which we originated. All of us are born geniuses, but life itself seems to de-genius us. We are all pieces of God. If we came from a divine intelligence, and all of that intelligence must be in all of its creations, then all of it must be in us, in each and every one of us. That all of us have these enormous capacities, these powers to be able to heal ourselves and to heal others, to manifest what it is that we want to place our attention on, to be able to create massive changes in our world, to bring peace to a place where there's so much violence and hatred. The Dalai Lama once said that if we could take every child on this planet at the age of 5 and teach them to meditate for 1 hour a week, we could eliminate all violence that exists on our planet in 1 generation. Imagine 1 hour a week as a child just thinking about compassion. We have so much violence in our world because we have violence in our heart. The violence that we have in our heart is because we have left our source of being, and we fill ourselves with rage and beliefs about who we are. But the truth is that most of us can't answer the simple question about who we are. What is there about you that has never changed? I have a picture of myself when I was 21 years old on the wall at home, and that was 50 years ago. There's not one cell of that body, that 21-year-old body, that's left here on this planet. It's all gone, every cell. And yet I still persist. Here I am in this body. That everything in this physical domain is in a constant state of change, except for that invisible divine spark, the part of us that is real. And that part of us has a knowing about who we are and what we came here to be. There is a secret garden inside each and every one of us, and that door opens inward. And there is a place within each and every one of us where we can know that we are pieces of God. We are sparks of God. We must be like what we came from. We came from this intelligent matrix of all matter, and all of its creations must contain all of its intelligence so that it's in all of us. The ability to have that secret, that inner Tahiti, full of peace and joy. The ideal of the soul, this inner part of you that says the commander in the command center, that's in each and every one of you, that is processing the words that are coming out of my mouth. Not this body that's sitting there. It's going to change, and it's going to be something different. Every minute, it's going to change and be something different. I'm talking to your soul. I'm talking to the invisibleness within you. The ideal of the soul, the thing that it aims for, is neither knowledge, nor light, nor happiness. The ideal of the soul, the ideal of your innerness, who you are, not this body you're in, but who you are, the observer to that body, is space, it's immensity. Why? Because it's infinite. And why is it infinite? Because it's not finite. It's either finite or it's infinite. Finite means it begins someplace and it stops someplace. Where do your thoughts stop? Where does your soul stop? It doesn't. So therefore, anything that's inside of you that is infinite has got to expand. It has to expand. It needs to keep growing. And anytime you try to put it into a box or compartmentalize it or tell it what it ought to be, all of you, I don't know all of you who are parents, but you've all heard your kids at one time or another say, "You're not the boss of me. You can't tell me what to do." You've all heard this, right? You all said it yourselves. Don't fence me in. Don't put a fence around me. Don't put me into a box. Don't tell me how my life ought to be. I came here with a purpose. I came here with something that I have to do. That's your soul speaking. And a person like Steve Jobs doesn't take kindly to it. The ladder that I spoke about to help us to escape from this world helps us to deal with this whole idea that we are doomed to make choices. Yes, our physical body is what it is, but we can make choices about it. Yes, our spiritual body, our purpose, our dharma, what we're here for, it's also doomed, but we make choices. What are the choices? You came here to be a great artist. Do you do what Van Gogh did? You just go out there and paint because it's in your soul? Because the second characteristic of self-actualizing people is that they are detached from outcome. They don't do what they do because of what result is going to come to them, because of how much money they're going to make, how much prestige they're going to get, how big their business is going to grow. That is not what motivates self-actualized people. What motivates self-actualizing people is, this is my calling. How willing are you to listen to that inner voice that no one else can hear? It takes a kind of fearlessness, because fear is such an omnipresent force in our lives. And you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. You discover yourself to be God, to be a piece of God, that intelligence that is in all of its creations.